Welcome back to Mac Talks Football and Eid Mubarak to everybody who's celebrating. It's a big day, and if you're a Crystal Palace fan and a Royal Vallecano fan, it's a massive day for you. It's the UEFA Conference League final, and if I'm being very honest, a lot of the attention and the concentration is being given towards the Champions League final, and I sort of understand why it's being given. But if you look closely towards to this Conference League final, it is quite a unique final, if I'm being very honest with you, because you have two teams, who are not really known for winning things. Crystal Palace won their first ever major trophy last year when they won the FA Cup, and they went on to win the Community Shield. So Palace don't really win trophies. So this is going to be their first ever European final. As I said, they won their first trophy last year. So this is like the second major final that they are ever going to be in. This is the first time they are playing Europe, first time they are going to be in a European final as well. And at the same time, Rayo Vallecano, they have never won a single thing, never won a major trophy in top flight of football, never won a domestic cup or anything. And this is their first European final as well. So history is going to be made tonight, irrespective of whether Palace win it or Rayo win it. You are going to have a first time ever European champion. And I think that is what's so beautiful. That is why I'm such a fan of Conference League, because it gives clubs like Crystal Palace, clubs like Rayo Vallecano a chance to come into this competition and win something, and feel part of something really exciting. If you are a Crystal Palace fan today and you're a Rayo Vallecano fan today, you're gonna wake up today with such excitement that you cannot really explain. And I'm going to say, I am like, for example, like last week, what Arsenal fans have been going through. We have not won a title for about 22 years, and we finally won it. So there's a different, and they are all over the top. And then you can, multiply it to over 100 for this Rayo fans or Palace fans who have never won anything major. So, and this is their probably going to be their first chance to win a major trophy. And I think the level of excitement for these fans is going to be something really else. And if they do end up winning it, I mean, you cannot really control, you cannot really explain in what's the happiness that these fans are going to get. Of course the players are going to get and whatnot, but of course mostly the fans, what they are going to feel if either one of them end up winning this tournament. And it is unique in another way as well, that both the managers are going to leave at the end of the season. Oliver Glasner is leaving Crystal Palace, Inacio Perez is leaving Rayo Vallecano. He's going to end up joining Villarreal, and this is the last game for both of them. So again, either one of those managers win the game, either it is their last game is going to be remembered as the game that they won a European final. So there are so many small stories out of this bigger picture in this final for both of these clubs. In terms of the game, I think it will be a very interesting game. Both of them are coming into this game with a different sort of mindset. Let's to say, I think Palace are not on a really good run. The last 5 games, they are winless in the last 7 games, if I'm not wrong. So they are not in a good form coming into this game. Rayo, on the other hand, they are undefeated in their last 6 games. But the difference between both of them is like Rayo, even though they are undefeated, out of those 6 games, they have just won twice. So 4 of them have been draws. And Palace, they are winless, as I said, like 7 games, if I'm not wrong. Out of those 7 games, only 3 of them have been defeated. So 4 of them have been draws. So both of these teams are coming into this game, and the way the playing style is almost quite similar. I would say Palace are a bit more attacking side as compared to Rayo. Rayo would, again, playing in La Liga, you would, figure that out. They are more structured defensively. I think that is going to be very crucial. The way that they move forward, almost all the team moves forward together. And defensively, they are very solid. Palace, on the other hand, I think they are going to play sort of a different style. They like to sort of press. They like to play, that fast football, and they want to get the ball out, moving quite quickly. And Rayo, on the other hand, they are going to make sure that Palace are not really able to do that. They're going to, they're going to slow the game down. I think the Palace are going to be facing the sort of the tactics that they try to play against sort of the bigger teams in the Premier League. League. I think that's the sort of the game that we are going to get. I think it is going to be open and cagey at the same time. I think it's going to be quite a mixture of both of those styles. It is going to end up being like sort of a chess game, and both the managers are really going to need their tactical hats or spot on for the entirety of that 90 minutes, because I think one wrong move tactically, and I think that could really cost you the game. I personally feel it's going to be a very tight game. And I would not be surprised if this and ends up going to a penalties. I really think that it's a very hard one to predict, if I'm being very honest with you. Almost all of them have, both the teams have most of their players available for the trip as well, and both of them have been arrested as well. It's like, and they are well prepared for the for this final as well. So as I said, it's a really hard one to predict. And if you go by form, you would sort of give it to Rayo. They finished high in the table as well. They finished 8th in La Liga, Palace 13 in Premier League. But as I said, in this final, in a game of this magnitude, in a game that so much is involved, you cannot really count on form. Everything goes out of the window. It's what matters is or what happens on the day of the final. Which team steps up, which player steps up, and I think that is going to be really crucial. I think it is one of those games. If I'm being very honest with you, I would not be surprised if this game ends up 1-0, and what that 1-0 is either an individual brilliance from either of one of the players from either of the teams, or a costly error. You could have a penalty given, you could have a mistake from any of the defenders, or as I said, there could be something special from any one of those players. So for me, it's a very tight game to predict, and that is why I am going for a nil-nil, a draw at full time in this game, and then in extra time, somehow some way, I have a sneaky feeling that a lot of this everybody sort of predicts that it's going to be a travel for the English side. I don't really think so, and unfortunately for Crystal Palace, even though they gave us ability as a, I think they are going to be short. Of course, Palace are going in as a bit of a side favorites in this game. I would say like a 55-45. I don't think there's that much difference between these two teams, and I think because of that, I think Rayo might surprise them. I don't think it's going to be, as I said, I think it's going to be a very close game. That's why I'm going for a nil-nil draw in the 90 minutes. And I think in that extra time, I think the Rayo are somehow going to nick it, maybe from a set piece header or something. Somehow it's going to happen, a crucial error, something will happen, and Rayo are going to score. And I think they win it in extra time, 1-0. And that is my prediction for Rayo to win the game 1-0 in extra time, and become the Conference League champions, and they break Crystal Palace heart, and Inigo Perez leaves Rayo Vallecano on a high, and unfortunately for Glaser, he leaves with a heartbreak. So yeah, 0-0 at full time, 1-0 after extra time, and Rayo Vallecano win the Conference League. That's it for me. That is my prediction and my preview for the Conference League final. Let me know what you guys think of this game. Do you think it is going to be much more open than what I predicted, or do you think it's going to be a cagey affair, and who do you think is going to win? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 600 subscribers as quickly as possible, so please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.